Welcome to the People Power Fantasy Football Podcast. I am Ryan, the Snowhawk Harper.
Nick.
And I'm
Spaceman Lamb.
And I'm Tempest.
And we're clearly a mess. But that's fine. Okay, so it's been a wonderful week as always in the world of People Power Fantasy Football. So I'm going to go over the recap of the teams last week. And starting it out, we had Snowhawks versus Dak to the Future, Jimbo Bader. And Snowhawks won that one 192 to 132. So it wasn't even close, to be honest. Then we had Rams bringing it up the rear, taking on Luck of the Irish, and Rams won 165 to 153. Then we had Mark, the EBDB versus Two Girlies, One Cup, a divisional game. Both teams had the same. No, I'm sorry. Two Girlies, One Cup was still undefeated, and Mark beat them 177 to 126. Now Mark's leading his division. We had Beer Money taking on Green Around the Gills, and Beer Money dominated that match, 170 to 93, and then Average Joe's took on Snowflake, formerly known as the Trump Train, and Average Joe's won 165 to 98, and then Total Domination versus Brown and Coop You Later, and Total Domination won, bringing his record to 2-2.
Yep. Alright, and for our Week 5 matchups, we have Luck of the Irish going up against Green Around the Gills. We'll have Two Girlies, One Cup going up against Brown and Coop You Later. We'll have the Rams bringing it up the rear, going up against the 0-4 Snowflakes. Then we have Beer Money going up against the EBDBBNB, which is Mark's team. Average Joe's going up against the undefeated Snowhawks.
Boom, baby.
And Total Domination going up against Dak to the Future.
Such a stupid name.
It is.
Jeez, burn.
Bader's one of them guys that just Googles team names and he changes it weekly. Like, he has no creative bone in him. He's just he copyrights everything. So the power rankings have been released the last 2 weeks, and one thing I added to it this year was next to the name, it lets you know how many you moved up or down from last week. So right now we have Snowhawks, me, at number 1, and I stayed the same because I was number 1 last week. We have Mark at number 2, which he moved up from number 3 last week. We have Average Joe's number 3, and they also moved up 1 from last week. Then at number 4, we have Two Girlies, One Cup, and they're at number 4. They moved down 2 spots from last week. Then at number 5, we have Total Domination, and they moved up 3 spots from last week. Number 6, Rams bringing it up the rear, and they stayed the same from the last 2 weeks. So constantly at that cutoff mark for the playoffs, the Rams bringing it up the rear. Number 7, we have Brown and Coop You Later, which dropped 2 spots. Number 8, Beer Money. They moved up 2 spots. Number 9, Dak to the Future, and stay the same. The number 10 spot is Luck of the Irish, and they moved up a spot. Number 11, Green Around the Gills. This team moved the most out of any other team from the last 2 weeks. They moved down 4 spots from the previous week. That's a pretty big move. And the one team that I think they're going to just constantly stay in this position, they're very content at keeping it. Number 12, Snowflake. They've been at the bottom since week 1, and they continue to stay there.
I guess it should be Snowflakes bringing it up the rear.
Snowflakes bringing it. I love it. I think it's pretty good, though. In this podcast, we have both the number 1 and the number 12 team talking in it. So you have the best and the worst. The both from both ends of the spectrum talking in this podcast. All right. Now, Lamb has a very important segment he wants to start talking about right now. So, Lamb, I'm going to pass the torch to you and unload, please.
All right, well, I got two quick things to talk about. We were going to have the Marcus, the one and only Mark, up here to do a little quick segment, but of course he bailed because he can't contain anything. And also, I heard through a birdie, a hawk, more or less, that somebody wanted to talk a little shit.
And who would that be?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody who uses a name that involves that. You know, saying, "Oh, why didn't you stop? Why didn't you start Watson? You know he's good."
Oh,
okay,
Bear.
well, who could have fucking knew that? Okay.
Yeah, I believe the words he used, he called you a fucking idiot because you didn't start Watson.
Quote,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he started a defense that got negative points when he had a defense on his bench that got almost 20. I could be wrong, but
didn't his kicker? Didn't he have a kicker as well who scored 20 points on his bench?
No, that's my. You're thinking of my cousin.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Ron's cousin, you're still cool. You're not a bitch.
But yeah, his kicker got like 30 points sitting on his bench. Who would have thought that, man? That's crazy. That's why I love fantasy football. You can't predict this stuff. I have Drew Brees in my lineup. You know, arguably, in my opinion, he is the greatest quarterback ever to play the game. He gets 36 points, which I'm completely happy with, okay? Completely happy with that. But then I have Cam Newton sitting on my bench, you know, away playing at New England, and he gets 55 points. Who would have thought that? No one would have thought that.
That's incredible.
That's why,
considering it, because reason why I had him first and I let him go because looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 away games.
4 away games the next, yeah, that's crazy. That Carolina game, though. Now, I may be biased. And you may be biased because we're huge Carolina fans, but I literally almost cried in that game. That's how happy I was to see that. That game got me so amped that my friends can vouch for me. I was annoying them with videos, motivational videos. Like it felt like the magical year of 15-1 again. Like it was a beautiful, beautiful feeling, and it's not going away. I know a lot of people were down on Carolina. After the one loss we had, against New Orleans. But Lammin, you and me, we stayed strong and we kept pushing and, we never gave up on our team.
I'm not going to lie, I was a little pissed after that game. I'm not even going to front. I was kind of pissed after that game, but I was hoping for a miracle. And like you said, you almost cried. I felt something in my eye when made that field goal.
Oh my God, Gano! I love Gano. Oh, I love him. I can't even count how many times on my hands he's won games for us with a last second field goal. Like the guy constantly. Last year wasn't his year. I get it, but when it matters, he comes. Yeah, he missed an extra point in that game, and I get it. But regardless, the guy's clutch, in my opinion. And that game was just wonderful. But anyway, we won't bore everyone else that's not Carolina fans with our awesome Sunday, and hopefully many more Sundays like that are to come for us. Let's get to the predictions.
Okay, for the Week 5 predictions, we're going in right now. We have decided...
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Right now, the scores... is Ryan is leading with 6 correct predictions.
Wait, you said I'm leading? Just like in fantasy football, I'm leading? Just like in everything I do in life, I'm leading? Is that correct?
Okay, and then Tempest is in second place with 5 correct predictions.
Oh, wait. Hey, Tempest is in second place, so that means you're losing, like in fantasy football? Like in life?
Oh, okay, well, let's look at the games now. Okay, we have, for the Thursday night game, we have the Pats playing Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. Who are you going with, Ryan?
I want the Patriots to win this game, because I want Tampa to lose. But that New England defense is so bad. And you know what? I got Doug Martin playing in fantasy football. I'm going Tampa Bay because Doug Martin's going to go ham.
All right, I'm going with the Pats just because I feel like on the road, they could maybe get the win and just beat the Bucks.
Okay.
Tempest, what do you think?
I'm probably gonna go with Tampa Bay too, and I think that's because everybody that I know around here hates the Patriots, so gotta be loyal to my friends and go with Tampa Bay.
Are you sure you're not a Hufflepuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Hufflepuff's like a close second.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm like right on the edge of Hufflepuff.
All right, and then this next game I think is going to be interesting because it's the two of the 0-4 teams with the Chargers playing at the Giants.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you. They were playing you. I'm going to go New York Giants on that one.
Same with me. I'm going to the Giants.
Evan Ingram is going to get 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yes. What about you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll probably go with the Giants too because I mean, the team sounds fucking rad.
They're
so.
giants, man. They're giant human beings, playing a little people football.
Yeah, I know. It just sounds cool. It's like you imagine just like giant fucking monsters stomping around on the field. It's an intimidating name. It's awesome.
I dig it.
And next up we have the best team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers, going up against Detroit in Detroit.
I'm going Carolina because I'm a Carolina fan, but that's going to be a good game. If Carolina shows up how they did in New England, that's going to be a good game because Detroit is hungry. They are a hungry team that's been playing phenomenal football all year so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go Carolina because I'm a Carolina fan, but I hope Carolina shows up because that can be a really good game.
I'm hoping it'll be a good game. I'm going with Carolina as well. Just because I feel like that hot streak that they're going to go on is going to push them through.
I hope so.
And Tempest, what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna go probably with Detroit because probably the same reason that I picked Detroit last time. They seem pretty badass over there. Scary town. And like you said, they were playing in Detroit, so they're playing at their like home place. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Detroit for sure.
I don't know if she can be on our podcast anymore.
I do hope for your team, Ryan. Yes, that'd be cool if they won.
I vote her off the island. She's not rooting.
Yeah, I also vote her off the island. Okay, now we have the America's Game of the Week. Will be the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys.
God, that's going to be such a good game. Oh, man. You know what? Fuck Dallas. I'm just going to say it. Fuck Dallas. Mark, I hope you're listening. Fuck Dallas. Fuck Ezekiel Elliott. And guess what, Bader? Fuck Dak Prescott. I'm going Green Bay.
Green Bay?
I can't stand Dak Prescott. That Dak attack crap, if I hear it again, I'm just going to lose my mind. I can't stand the guy.
Or we can go Dak to the future.
Dak to the future, man.
All right, and the Tempest, what do you think?
Definitely gonna go with the Green Bay Packers.
I thought you were gonna say Cowboys just to get under our skin.
No, I've never liked that team. Like, I don't know why. It's just Cowboys. Name is so lame. I can't.
I'm with you there.
I don't even like Cowboys in general. So.
I feel like a 5-year-old came up with that name.
Well, hang on. I have to say, Red Dead Redemption is pretty awesome. There's Cowboys in that game.
True.
That's the only time it's okay.
Only time. Okay, then for the Sunday night game, we have the Chiefs playing in Houston.
I'm going Chiefs.
Going Chiefs?
They're gonna stay undefeated.
Just to make it interesting, I'm gonna go with the Texans.
Ooh, okay.
Just because they're at home, and hopefully that's my only factor, really.
Well, I hope so, because I don't know if I'll play DeAndre. I don't know. That's a different topic. Never mind, ignore
Maybe
me.
because Deshaun Watson's probably going to throw for like 75 touchdowns.
I hope so.
All right, and Tempest, what about you?
I don't really have a feeling either way on either of those teams, so I guess I'll just follow Ryan, considering he's usually right. So,
Yeah, more or less, yeah. All right, then we have the Monday night game, which is the Minnesota Vikings going to Chicago, playing the Bears.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the Bears are starting their rookie quarterback this week, correct?
Yep. I was about to get into that. The Truth Trubisky from UNC.
That's his name, Trubisky, yeah. That's against Minnesota, man. That's a tough defense. Oh, wow.
I felt like they should have just put him in last week against Green Bay, but...
Yeah, I got to go Minnesota. Nothing against Trubisky, but that's a tough defense to debut in. And let's face it, Chicago's trash. I mean...
Yeah. I was thinking Bears just because, he's from UNC, but I feel like Minnesota's just going to... That defense is just too good.
It's a good defense.
And
Tempest, what about you? Temp Dog? The dog of Temp?
Well, definitely Vikings. Vikings are badass. Gotta be the coolest team ever, so I'm gonna go with that for Minnesota.
All right. Well,
is Sammy Bradford back yet? Is he still injured? Do you know? I haven't heard anything about him.
Well, what I saw, they said it'll be a week-to-week thing.
Okay. Oh,
so
Sammy Biscuits.
He might not play, or he might play.
Okay.
If he doesn't, it'll just be the matchup of supposed backup quarterbacks.
That's funny. Oh, right on. Well, do you guys have anything to add before we sign off here? I think that covers everything.
All right. Well, I'd like to say thanks to Mark for being part of our podcast that you said you promised you would for weeks.
I'm so happy that he agreed to come on, because if he didn't come on, I don't know. Oh, wait, he didn't come on. So, yeah, fuck you, Mark.
Cowboys suck.
All right. See you later.
Peace.
Bye.